And welcome to another episode of the Don't Argue with Fox Facts podcast. I'm your host, Noah Love, and today we're going to be talking about the NBA play-in. Yes, the NBA play-in has been great. It is not over. We got two Friday games for the final eight spot in the West and in the East, but we've had three really just great games. Hornets Heat was an instant classic. Blazers Suns was incredible, and obviously the Warriors and the Clippers were great last night. I usually start in chronological order. I am sort of gonna do that. We're gonna start with Hornets Heat, then we're gonna go to Blazers Suns, then we're gonna go to Warriors Clippers, and or then we're gonna go Warriors, Clippers, then we're gonna go to Magic, Sixers, because I do want to talk about Paulo and the how horrid that was last night. Okay, let's start with Hornets Heat. The Hornets stunned the Heat in an instant classic, 127 to 126. This game was incredible. Let's just get the elephant out. Let the elephant out. Address the elephant in the room. Should LaMelo Ball have been ejected? I say no, but it should have been a flagrant one. You don't put your hand, even if you were hit in the head or you felt like you fell whatever. You do not put your hand out, cuff it, and trip Bam Adebayo. People are talking about it's an instinct, I guess, but that's a that should have been a flagrant foul. He should not have been ejected. Now, Bam doesn't come back into this game. The Heat lose by one. And in a game where Charlotte was attacking the glass and how Charlotte they really attacked the glass. They out rebound the Heat by six. You could have really used Bam Adebayo in this game. So yeah, I mean Spoelstra going up to the podium, he's not making an excuse. He's not making an excuse, but he's right. I mean, that's a huge play in that game. And I'm not saying this is the reason Charlotte won the game, but that's a huge play. Again, in this game, I thought okay, Charlotte was up early, then Miami made a run and it really took control back and forth. I thought LaMelo Ball and Bridges in the first half were really good, and I think they had to be. Bridges was great, but I thought they had to be because when you look at it, Knipple wasn't hitting anything. Kobe White wasn't hitting anything. Brandon Miller was in a bit of foul trouble. So yeah, I really do believe that obviously Ball and Bridges really they kept them in that game. And then in the third quarter, Kobe White happened. Mainly the second half, it happened. He was incredible. I think he only had 2 points at halftime. He was like 1 for 6. He changed that real quick. He hit the first three. You're like, okay. He banked in the second. You said, uh-oh. And then he made a third. And then he made the fourth. The turnaround three in the corner at the end of the game, or at least in the fourth quarter, 104-101 to tie it. That's just an incredible. Obviously, Khan's not in the game. Kobe is. Turnaround three, just right there, right between the eyes. It was incredible. An incredible atmosphere in Charlotte, an incredible game. And look, it just comes down to it late. LaMelo gets the game winning layup after the debacle of the turnover. Can't get it across. It's tipped. Pal Larson gets it. They're able to get it to the corner. The hero, he gets fouled on a three. And then obviously he makes all three. Charlotte comes back. LaMelo gets all the way to the rim, layup. I thought that he had a timeout. I thought Eric Spoelstra should have used it there. I believe he had one. I think he should have used it, but had a timeout in his back pocket. Should have used it. Granted, Davion Mitchell got all the way to the rim, but and it's just a heck of a play by Bridges there. But yeah, I don't know, man. Charlotte, they're fun. They're gonna be advancing to take on the Magic, who lost in the 7-8 game. I I really Charlotte, man. I mean that was a heck of an atmosphere, postseason atmosphere, and they were able to come up huge, come up big, and win the game. That was a insane game in terms of the efficiency. Charlotte's living and dying by the three. They didn't really shoot at a great percentage last night. Khan couldn't hit much, and LaMelo struggled again. LaMelo had a 35 and 10, but he was just not efficient. That's all that was. He just wasn't efficient. And so Charlotte moves on, though, even throughout his inefficient night. Obviously makes the last play late. Offensively, Miami, very gutsy. I cannot stress to you how gutsy this was. 23 for Hero, Davion Mitchell, 28. But just when anytime it felt like you needed something, he gave it to you. Wiggins gave it to you with 27 as well. Very an incredible gutsy performance that just falls just short. And you now go into the off season where you'll have your lottery pick. Oh, I thought Khalil Ware was great in this game too. 12, 19, 12 points, 19 boards. I believe he had like 3 blocks, 3 or 4 blocks. He was incredible in terms of at the rim protection. But yeah, I feel like here with Miami, you now go into an off season where, let me take a sip of this. Where now you're looking at it, it's like, okay, the playoff streak is over. We've missed the playoffs. We know Pat Riley should know my roster is not good enough. My roster is not good enough. Tyler Hero ain't the number one guy. I don't care that he was all-star. Like, you need a real number one guy in here. Also, I have to figure out, can Norman Powell and Tyler Hero play together? Again, I'm looking at it last night, or not last night, but 2 nights ago. Hero and Powell didn't even play. Like, I don't think they played at all together. And again, Powell had 11 points. He only scored 19 minutes. He only had 19 minutes and scored 11 points. Jaime Jaquez playing 41 minutes compared to Norman Powell playing 19 is a problem. Pell Larson playing 22 minutes compared to Norman Powell playing 19. I'm sorry. That's a problem. So, a lot of Heat fans are saying we need to make changes this offseason, and honestly, it's hard to blame them. I'm telling you, the people I keep on this team, Hero, Wiggins, Bam, Davion, Ware, maybe Norman, but you got to see if him and Hero can play together. If they can't, I think you'd have to choose one to go. And when I mean play together, I mean just be on the floor together. That's really what I mean by play together. Just be on the floor together. I don't mean it in as there's bad blood or anything like that. I just think Spoelstra obviously does not feel comfortable with putting those two guys on the floor together. But yeah, Charlotte moves on in what is one of the great playing games for all time that just incredible. Now we move to what was the other game on Tuesday night. The Portland Trailblazers are going to the playoffs. I repeat, the Portland Trailblazers are going to the playoffs to play the San Antonio Spurs in the first round. 114, 110. They beat Phoenix. Denny Avdia finally on a national stage, arriving, ladies and gentlemen. 41, 7, and 12. Made every big shot, every big drive late. And the Portland Trailblazers advanced. They shocked the Suns. And they come back. They were down 10 in the fourth. Come back to do it. Incredible. There's not much more I could say, but incredible. I thought in this game, the Blazers offensively, obviously it was the obvious show. I thought Shaden Sharp coming off the bench played well. So did Jeremy Grant. I thought Drew Holiday was decent, but I really thought defensively is where they want it, is where they won it, at least late. Obviously, Brooks fouling out, it's not great. That doesn't help Phoenix. I thought they did a good job on Booker. Jalen Green had 35, but I thought Booker not going crazy really helped them. Mark Williams, 4 and 4. That's not going to cut it. 4 points, 4 boards is not going to cut it. But Portland is a team who has not gotten a lot of national pub, mainly Diniavia. I mean, I think if you just have looked at his progression, one of the best young players in the game, all around players. He's got good size. He's 6'8". He's very smooth. One of the best drivers in the game. Look, 24, 7, and 7. And then you look at his splits. His splits are 46, 32, 80 this season. But he just at 25 and just really growing into this, he's been incredible. And this has been a progression of, okay, gets out of Washington. The reports where he wants the ball more. Oh, I guess they didn't want to give it to him, so they ship him out. And now at Portland, obviously, he's now looking like the franchise guy. And now he's going into his first playoffs against another young team in San Antonio. Some of these guys are. So look, we'll see what they can do. The GM has done a very nice job in putting this together. By the way, Tiago Splitter been the interim coach. He was an assistant, obviously, Chauncey Billups and the FBI and all that, the probe. But he was, I think he's been very good. But you just can't say enough about Denny Avdia. He was terrific. There's not much more I can say other than he was terrific. Again, in Portland now, they advance, and obviously, I feel like they're playing with house money, in my opinion. And the reason I say they're playing with house money is because nobody expected them to be there. Whereas with the Spurs, yes, the Spurs have had a great Yes, the Spurs have had a great season, but when you look at the San Antonio Spurs, they're expected to, by some people, to maybe get to a conference finals or something like that. So again, Denny, can he get them a game against the Spurs? Yes, the Spurs should probably make quick work of them, but I think it could be competitive 4 or 5 game series. I truly believe that like it could be a competitive 4 or 5 game series. I do think though, just for the Blazers to come out and win this game on the road against you're the underdog to do this in the play-in, very great, great on them. Seriously, great on them. Danny Avia national stage, big time. Now, let's get down to the Warriors and them stunning the Clippers. The Warriors, who had lost 7 out of 8, they beat the Clippers 126-121. It was one of those games where you know how it be. The Warriors, they get down, they claw back within 2, but then the Clippers go on the run. It seemed like every time the Warriors tried to climb in, the Clippers had an answer until late. Bro, I can't say enough about Steph Curry. Like, what do you want me? Like, he does it, and every time he does it, it feels fresh. But he's been doing it for 10 plus years. In the first half, he could not get going. They were not giving him daylight separation. He could not get going. In the second half, he got going. He had 27 in the second half. He was great. Draymond had Kawhi, in the fourth quarter, he had Kawhi Leonard in jail. He had him in jail. Draymond Green, as much flack as people, myself, has given him because of the antics, you cannot deny he's one of the best defensive players in the game still at this age. He's been incredible defensively his whole entire career. To me, the two unsung heroes of the game that nobody are going to talk about, Goy Santos and Al Horford. I thought Santos 26-5. He was efficient. I thought he was one of the guys that when the Warriors needed the big play, whether it was defensively or offensively, he gave it to you. Horford, I mean, he comes in, he had like 2 points. And late in the game, he comes in, he gets you 4 threes. He turns back the clock. He thinks he's back in his early days in Boston with how well he was shooting. He thinks he's back in Atlanta. He turned back the clock, and obviously Curry closed it. This was an this that was an incredible game. They the Warriors will advance. They obviously will play the Suns on Friday night for the right to probably get whoever wins gets the ball and against OKC. Let's just be honest here. But yeah, I always feel like with number 30 on your roster, you have a fighting chance. You always do. In this game was nothing. It's the same. I thought late in the game the Warriors were able to just get key stops, and then they were able to capitalize off of that. When it felt like they couldn't get a stop all game, they were able to get a couple down there late. Darius Garland fouling out for the Clippers didn't help. To me, the Warriors came back and took this game, but the Clippers did do some stuff. Look, for the Clippers, it's a disappointing loss because let's be real, Golden State, because of injuries, they've been a team that you feel like since Jimmy's gone down, they've been dead. So that was what, January. So this is a team that you feel like has been dead for about 3 months. and they're limping in here, losing 7 of 8, and you're up 13 in the fourth quarter, and you somehow don't win that game. It's just, and now because of this, the the Thunder have your pick. The Thunder are going to be in the lottery. Again, Sam Presti does it again. It's just brutal. But back to the game, just Golden State. I mean, there's not much more I can say. I mean, Draymond Green, incredible defensive performance. To hold Kawhi Leonard, who's been fantastic this season. You can make the argument this season has been one of the 5 best players in the National Basketball Association, and he had him locked up. He had him locked up all in terms of the fourth quarter. He just was incredible. Again, can't say enough. Also, Porzingis played well, 25 and 5, hit some big triples, had some big putbacks. He was great in 28 minutes as well. The one, I mean, Steph Curry. I mean, I'm just looking at the guys that chipped in. I'm thinking Santos with 20, Porzingis with 20, Steph 35, Podziemski 17, Horford have 14. You get 5 guys in double figures. It's just a great. They do it again. Steph Curry did it again, and Al Horford went nuclear in the fourth quarter. Incredible basketball game. And the Warriors just that postseason experience. They found a way. And now they're going to be facing the Suns for the right to go to the playoffs on Friday night as an AC. Now let's cap this off with the Magic and the Sixers. Sixers beat the Magic. Look, the Sixers are going to be advancing 109-97 to play the Celtics. That is that for them. That's very good. Another battle with the Celtics in the playoffs. To me, this game, Sixers won it and they earned it. They deserve the right to go to the playoff. I need to talk about how bad Paulo is because how bad Paulo was because the Magic. Son, I don't know what's going on this season from injuries to Paulo being up and down to Franz being injured to Bane's slow shooting start, but now he picks it up and now Paulo was so bad in this game. It was unfathomable how bad he was. He had 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 turnovers. There was a point where I think Franz the Magic have an advantage. I think Franz swings it to Banchero, and Banchero like jabs 3 times. Defense is scrambling, doesn't take the 3. He and just passes it off, and it's just like, bro, his jump shot, I don't know where it went, dog. Like, sincerely, I don't know where it went. Like, it almost seems broken beyond repair at this rate, at this point. That's what it feels like for Orlando. Bane was great. The rest of the team was not that good. Wendell was bad. Suggs was bad. I thought their bench was okay. I'm just watching this game and I'm just like, what happened to the Orlando? Like, where have we come from when they were the 5 seed 3 years ago and it felt like the future was bright and they just have not improved? Let's call a spade to spade. They haven't, and they still have the same issue that they had back then, which is the inability to space the floor. They still can't do it. Last night, 7 of 27 from three. It doesn't work. Paulo hit like what, one mid range in the game? They hit like what, one? That's it. Didn't hit a three, of course. I mean, it was, this was bad. Let's call a spade to spade. Orlando, and now in terms of team morale, it's at an all-time low, right? And the Hornets is at an all-time high. Like, it's kind of hilarious how the team morales are going to be for that game. But yeah, Paulo was bad. He was awful. Like the efficiency, all that. I don't know what the deal is. You can fire Jamal Mosley, like, fine, but and obviously there have been quotes, all that, and who knows, maybe you could say it is Mosley, whatever. I truly believe it's deeper than you, because at some point Paulo's gonna probably ask for a max contract, and if he's still playing like this, if you're the Orlando Magic, you're gonna have to say no, because you can't in this first second apron, you can't pay him the money he wants after that performance. It can't happen. So look, I don't I don't know what's going on there in Orlando. It's because it seems like it's more than just basketball. Because from a basketball perspective, I can tell you, look, they're decent defensively, but they don't have any spacing. Their spacing is awful. Paulo's regressed. Franz has regressed. And they don't have a real point guard. Suggs, they need a better point guard. But yeah, that's all I have for today. This has been an episode of the Don't Argue with the Facts podcast. I'll probably be back Friday with my instant reactions to the two playing games, because in the official playoff bracket will be set for real. But this has been all, ladies and gentlemen. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until the next time, see ya.